to myself. All right, we're recording. Yay. So let me re-welcome you all since we're recording now for those that will snag this later on who couldn't be on. My friend Janice Burke and I are just going to chat with you guys tonight about what we do as Beachbody coaches, more importantly, what we do as women and moms and wives and believers, and how we're using something we're super passionate about to reach out and change other women's lives, and the power of, just getting on this call tonight and seeing all of your beautiful faces popping on, kids in the background, you're multitasking. I see one mama's got a crying baby. She's walking around the house with her phone, no doubt trying to get that baby to calm down. We've all been there. And that's the beauty of what we get to do day in and day out, is we get to handle the things that are important to us the way we want to handle them. And it's really a gift and a blessing. And we just love sharing that with you guys. So kind of the way this will go is Janice and I are going to tell you a little bit about kind of the nuts and bolts aspects of being a Beachbody coach, a little bit of history on the company, and how the network marketing side of things kind of came about. And it's not what you think. It's really quite an amazing story. And then she and I are going to each take turns telling you a little bit about our personal story. And even though Janice and I come from a similar personality type, and we both lead with faith and heart, our stories are very, very different. So make sure you stay tuned till the very end of the call to hear. I just get excited when I think about it. Story is where it's at, the real life aspects of what this has done for our families and for what it means to be a woman, comfortable in your own skin, living your passion and your purpose out each and every day. It's not something that I ever thought I would get to do. So stay tuned for that. Before I start pouring into the stuff I get really excited about, which is the story aspect, I want you type A nuts and bolts kind of people to be able to wrap your head around kind of, how this works exactly and what it looks like from a business perspective to sign up as a Beachbody coach, to work this business, how you earn income, a little bit of that kind of, detailed stuff that I know some of you crave when you're trying to make a decision, which is great. So I'm going to screen share right quick and just walk you guys through a little bit of a PowerPoint that I put together. Let me open it up. I can't talk and do technology at the same time. Okay. All right. Can you guys see that okay? Janice, is that PowerPoint showing? Okay, cool. All right. I couldn't see your faces there for a second. I got you back. All right. So we all know that, I call it the triple threat in America. There's a crazy obesity crisis going on. There's debt crisis. Everybody and their dog is on antidepressants or anti-anxiety medications. We are all just crazy busy and running around, not very happy most of the time, dealing with some serious stress with health and money, and that, of course, affects relationships. Anywhere you look online, you can find updates on how bad the situation is in our country with debt. Our government is even up to their eyeballs in debt. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but our children's generation is the first one in the history of human existence to have their expected, their average life expectancy number to go down from that of their parents. And that's scary. That is incredibly scary. So it's not just about, everybody needing to lose weight to look good. This is a real issue. The obesity crisis is a real issue that's going to affect our kids and their children. And we, as adults right now in this generation, have the power to do something about that. And it's, that's honestly my story too. And I'll tell you more about it later. But, I was on antidepressants. I was about to lose my house because I couldn't make the mortgage payment. I was 50 pounds overweight. I was going to bed every single night, lost. I had no identity. All I knew was get up, take care of my kids, try to make it through the day, and fall back into bed at night again. And I just felt so hopeless. So those things were affecting me as well. And of course, my marriage was in shambles because of all of those things weighing so heavily on me each and every day. And then this is me on the beach. This is now. And it's not even so much about what you see physically in any kind of physical transformation for me. It's been about what's happened in my head and my heart as a result of making some very serious changes, from fitness to faith to friendships to really submerging myself into a sisterhood culture of women who support me. And now I can go to bed every night feeling good about what I've done each day, knowing that I'm setting an example for my kids. We can travel. We're paying down our debt. Our marriage is back to a much better place now, because we've removed so many stressors from us. So I got started back in 2011 is when I became a coach. And, you can kind of see there between 2011 and 2015, some things that we were able to do that I just mentioned. I am a six-figure earner as a Beachbody coach, which is not something I ever imagined. I was dead set on having a career as a teacher. It would have taken me a very, very long time, and I would have had to get into, getting my PhD and becoming a professor in order to ever make six figures, and that would be at the very end of my career. And with Beachbody, I did it within 4 years. And that's from the time I signed up. I really didn't start working the business until about 18 months after I signed up. So it was really about 2.5 years I hit six figures. So what do I do? What do we do exactly as coaches? This gets really confusing for some people, but it's really quite simple. All we do is we work out every day so that we're on a journey ourselves. And we usually post about it, what workout we did, how we feel, progress we're making, non-scale victories. In that post-workout endorphin rush, you often get really excited and post some awesome stuff on social media. Those are always fun. We drink one healthy shake a day that's unlike anything else out there on the market. There is nothing that you can buy under the sun that compares to Shakeology. And we drink one a day to really douse our bodies in dense nutrition. And we usually post about it. We might share a recipe. We might share how it makes us feel, which flavor is our favorite, and just share that with people so that they can be inspired by that and understand how simple that one thing every day can be. And on top of that, we do anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes a day of what we call personal development. And that can be watching an inspirational YouTube video. My favorite thing to do is to listen to Stephen Furtick. He's a pastor I follow. And I'll just open up my podcast app and listen to something he's preaching on and make sure that I'm growing myself mentally and spiritually as well. And finally, the last thing I really do as a coach is just keep track of who is asking me for help. And cries for help come in all different kinds of ways. They can come as someone who likes every single thing that I post all day long, every day for weeks and years on end. That's a cry for help. And I'm going to keep track of that. And I'm going to reach out to that person and say, hey, I appreciate your support, but is there something I can help you with? Keep track of who's commenting or messaging with inquiries about your shake recipe, about your workout. And then we just try to solve whatever problem they have. And that's pretty much what I do as a coach. So how do you earn money exactly? This is a business. And while I know for Janice and I both, our main focus is on relationships and truly making a difference in people's lives, this is a business that helps us to support our families, to pay down debt, to travel, to even lessen the load on our husbands for being the sole provider. That's a heavy load for guys these days. It's hard to exist on one income. So this is a little bit about how we earn. Your first goal in your first month is to bring on 3 to 5 people in that same month doing the same program that you're doing. And instead of you coaching them, you really just refer them to whoever's coaching you and say, hey, come to this group that I'm doing. It's really awesome. We're doing the 21-day fix and we're drinking the shake and I'm trying to lose 20 pounds, so come do it with me. And when you do that, let's say you have 5 friends that want to join you and do that with you, then with a challenge pack that costs $180, as you can see in my graph here, just for example, you have 5 people that join you, that's $60 commission each. You're going to make $300 in your first month, which more than pays you back for your investment. And you can kind of look at that chart there and see how after 3 months of inviting 5 people per month, you are actually going to be making pretty close to $500 a month pretty quickly. And that's after you've taken out the money for your own Shakeology and your business fee as a coach each month. So that's after expenses, you're bringing home around $500 in month 3, which I don't know about you, but for me, that was the difference in me keeping the water and the electricity on. Sometimes we were that hard up. For other families, that could be their vacation fund. You know, maybe you've never taken a family vacation. I have a coach on my team, Amy Hoffman, who's taking her 2 precious little boys to Disney World next month on her Beachbody income that she's saved up over a year. They're going debt-free to Disney World, and she is so excited to be able to do that for her husband and her kids. So every family's different, but that's a little bit about how we earn. And it's really just reaching out to those 3 to 5 people per month consistently every single month that will create a 6-figure income for you as well. Let's see. I don't want to go over all this with you guys because it's a little much. Oh, I love this one. Is this a scam? That's always my favorite thing to talk about besides sharing my story, because I thought it was. I thought anything to do with people selling anything was a scam, which is interesting because my dad is an insurance salesman and I grew up with sales being a part of my life. But here's a picture of my team, and this was at our Diamond Retreat last spring, and I just want you to look at those faces. We're all normal people. We're all very educated. We have a lot of really educated people on our team, and they've all taken a look at this business and put their stamp of approval on it, and I feel extremely confident in the integrity of Beachbody. And here's why. This is what I want you to know about how Beachbody came to be. Basically, Carl Deichler, our CEO, was in the infomercial business, and to make a long story short, he and his buddy Tony Horton decided to put together the most extreme at-home fitness program ever, P90X. You've all heard of it. And what happened was it became so incredibly popular that they had these message boards on their website, and all these people were doing P90X, and they were referring their friends, and they were supporting each other, and they were cheering each other on. And our CEO kind of looked at all that and went, man, it's really not fair for all these people to be using our program, referring all their friends and family, driving our sales up through the roof, and they're not getting anything for it. They're just growing this business for us for nothing. We should give them a kickback. They should get 25% of whatever, is the profit is on the sale of that P90X. And that's how the coaching network was born, was out of our CEO looking down going, there's some amazing people out there helping each other. We could do something really powerful and reach more people if we can create a business side of this. So unlike any other network marketing company out there, Beachbody was not born out of a desire to make money. It was born out of a desire to give back. And that is to the core who we are. That's why it's not a scam. And the way that the structure's set up is to reward you for your hard work, not for you to make money off the person under you. That's not how it works. So real quick, I just want you to meet some of the people who are working hard on their fitness goals while they build a business, because I want you to see that you don't have to be super fit to coach other people and to help them. So this is Kayla. She started out needing to lose quite a bit of weight, and she's now, wish you could see her transformation now. She's even beyond this now, but in this picture, she'd lost almost 60 pounds, and she was coaching people all along her journey. Before she was where she wanted to be, she was helping other women by sharing her story. Let's see, this is Sandy. She was really proud because she paid for her daughter's entire birthday party using her income from Beachbody, also losing weight, getting healthy. This is Brandy. She's a mother of 3 boys, and look at her in that hot red dress. Brandy has lost 40 pounds. She's a type 1 diabetic. She also has recently been diagnosed with Hashimoto's and adrenal fatigue. And despite all of that, she rocks it out as one of the most inspirational coaches on my team. She is the highest earner on my team. And I just can't say enough about her. She's amazing. If you don't follow her on Facebook, you should. And this is Amy. She's the one taking her kids to Disney World next month, debt-free, because of what she's earned in the past year working her Beachbody business. She's a pharmacist, and so she doesn't have like the dire financial need that I did, because she makes really good money as a pharmacist, but she still wanted to go to Disney debt-free and not put on a credit card. And she adores helping other women beyond the bottle you can hand them over the counter. This is Katie. She's a mother of two. She paid for Christmas last year with cash from her Beachbody business, and she has lost more than 30 pounds using our programs at home and drinking Shakeology. Let's see, there's so many stories I could tell you about just real women out there making changes that they're incredibly proud of. This is really a business of simple steps. You have support to learn how to work this business. There's always an answer when you have a question. There are resources galore. This is my favorite part because, the resources don't just come from whoever you sign up with. Janice and I are not even connected really. We are remotely through our way up upline, but we're not even on the same team. And we help each other. We share ideas, we share support, we share resources. So there's a real family and team culture across the board, no matter whose team you're on within Beachbody. About this, share. Janice, what do you see as I blew through those really quickly that you could add to? Is there something that you want to expound on or clarify or add from that?
Well, a lot of people that have ever thought of or heard of network marketing, the one thing that you really want to understand is that it is a business. And so, whenever I first came on, I had no idea what network marketing was at all whatsoever. I did not know that that is what I signed up for at all. And recently, through the years of trying to get smarter, even though I don't really care about what network marketing is, I feel like as I grow in my business, I have people that come underneath me that really do want to know. So I'm learning as my team grows. And one of the things about network marketing that I love about our company more than other companies is that you don't pay for training. You don't pay for this big investment, and you don't have stockpiles of, Shakeology and programs in your house. They take care of all of that for you. And I think that's why I didn't even know it was direct sales or network marketing. It was just, it's just ran so much differently than any other company. And a couple people had asked me before they signed up, how much is the training? How much extra do I have to pay for that? And I'm like, what do you mean pay for training? That's not the case. We have personalized training. We have more training than you actually need. And that's mental. I'm learning that too as I train my team. It's like they just want more information. And let me go talk to Daddy about it.
See, that's why we love this, because kids, family, it all fits together, It's awesome. My daughter's in my bed with earphones on watching a video, like right over my computer.
Yeah. They're supposed to be in bed at 8:30, but when Mom starts working, Dad's like, oh, you could stay up until 9.
Oh, yeah.
And then in the morning, I have to get them up, and I have to deal with that. that 15 to 20 minute late to bed. But yeah, it's just so different. And the biggest and best part about this business is when you are, I'm going to go into my story later, but just knowing that when you're new at something, usually that comes with a lot of, doubts and fears and all those things. And what's great about this company is their personal development is so big. They just wrap everything around personal development. At first, I was just like, whatever, I don't need help with that. Just tell me what to do, in this business once I really wanted to take it seriously. And personal development has helped me so much. And it could come from someone else. You could be having a bad day and you start to talk to someone because they get you. You have this big, huge family that knows that if you have a bad day, or not just a bad day, but just anything going on in your life, you have these people that do care. Because a lot of times you feel like you're all alone. You're in your own office. You're in your own house. And you don't realize how big this is and how much support you'll have through it. I did not realize that coming in, that this is what this is and that's what you get. So that's what I wanted to add.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think the fact that, network marketing has such a bad rap is because there are so many icky salespeople out there whose companies do train them to do icky sales techniques. And this past week, I was on the Beachbody Success Club cruise. A lot of you probably saw my post on Facebook about it. And I went very briefly to a meeting that our CEO held. He can't get us on a trip anywhere without getting everybody together and wanting to tell us, his passion and his vision. And I was reminded again of why I love this so much. The CEO of a $1 billion network marketing company stood in front of his people and said, don't you ever sell somebody something to earn a commission. We are not that company. Don't you ever do that. Help someone. If they have a problem and you can offer a solution, whether, at first it may be that you offer them a free meal plan, or you're just a listening ear as a friend, build that relationship and truly get to know someone and find out what they want out of life, what they want out of their health journey, and see if you have a solution that matches that you can not just hand them and walk away and say, oh, good luck, I'm out, I'm off to the next sale. No, you hook them up with a solution and then you walk them through their journey from day one until whatever day it takes to help them succeed. And if the CEO of a $1 billion network marketing sales company can stand up there and say that, then I'm on, I'm down for that, because I don't ever want to be a part of something that takes advantage of people and uses them to benefit me. The moment that happens, I'm out. That's my team culture. That's Janice's team culture. It's who we are. It's our blood, sweat, and tears every day. We'll do anything to avoid making someone feel used and abused. We'll go out of our way to make sure that they have the support they need in a very real way to reach their goals. And I could go on forever about that. Janice, let's go. I want you to tell everybody a little bit more about your story. Kind of introduce yourself, because we just kind of jumped in and I started rolling with nuts and bolts. But tell them who you are and kind of, how you and I met and what your story with Beachbody is.
Well, my main story is it started in 2010. I did not feel like I was being sold to when I was introduced to this business, because it was my aunt that was helping me. She knew personally my struggle with depression after having 2 kids. I was always thin my whole life, but I smoked and drank Mountain Dew in a Snickers bar before every basketball game. I mean, I was playing sports like that in high school. So I had no idea about health. And I just had always been super skinny, blessed with metabolism, whatever you want to call it. And after having the kids, I kind of shared my story today in depth on this. You might have read it, but it was like, my husband's like, you can stay home with the kids. I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome, because I never thought I'd be able to do that. I've just always had that. I want to work. I love working. And so when he asked me to stay home, I thought this is a huge blessing. I really want to stay home with my kids. My family, I come from a very big family, and it's split. And so my dad worked 3 jobs my whole life growing up just to support our family. And they never were present. They weren't at my games and all those things. And so, after I had kids, I struggled, one, with, am I going to be a good enough mom? And then 2, now I have all this weight on me that I'm not used to. And it just like stripped me of who I was. And it's so crazy how weight can do that. And it really is hard for me to hear someone say when they're super, super overweight that they're happy that way. It's been a struggle for me to not want to reach out to someone that says that, because deep down inside you know that that's not healthy. It has nothing to do with how you look. And so, whenever I first started, I remember Googling exactly these words: how to lose weight and gain energy the right way, like the healthy way. And then I was talking to my aunt, so one led to the other. Now Beachbody came into my life. I lost I want to say it was 19 pounds or something like that in 3 months. I did a 3-month challenge before there was even really challenges. I won $50. That's before they even had rules on on challenges and how much money they could give and all that. So I won $50, and also my aunt sent me a sample of Shakeology. I hadn't even tried Shakeology. I think it was really new whenever I first came in 2010. I'm not sure how new, but maybe like a year at the most. And so she gave me a sample of Shakeology. And yesterday or the day before, not kidding you, you know how you can scroll back and see like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, there was a post in there about me opening that package and how yummy and chocolatey Shakeology was. I'm like, oh, that's so crazy. 6 years from today, I've had a shake every single day. And, at first, I'll be honest, I'm like, it just tastes good. And I didn't care what was in it. I was drinking Slim Fast before that. Like, I did not care what was in it. I trusted my aunt, and, my whole journey just changed. And I never thought of it as a business. I never wanted to, build a business or lead a team. I wasn't a leader. And so for about 3.5 years, I just kind of dabbled in the hobby, but mainly just used it for my discount. And the reason it kind of became a hobby is just because I'm a loudmouth. And my dad used to get on to me all the time, don't tell people your business. And it's just so crazy that who I am works perfectly for this business because it's all about sharing your story. And so if you're not good at that, we'll teach you how. But and so I just started sharing on Facebook. Facebook came out right about that time. And that's how I reconnected with my aunt, because I had moved away from home and she's back home in Missouri and I was in New Mexico by myself. That was another hard problem for me, is that here I am, a new mom in a city I don't know very many people either. And I am a social butterfly. I'm an extrovert, extrovert. Yeah, that's right. Introvert, no, extrovert, yeah. I get those backwards. So I love being around people. I get energy from other people. And so these people that were in this challenge group, I fed off that, and I love that. And then as I started sharing my story, people would ask me what it was, and I just sent them to my aunt. My aunt's like, you should sign up. You just get a discount on your Shakeology and you can just get the commission off this. I'm like, no, I'll just send them to you. So, that's kind of how 3.5 years went. And like I said, I dabbled into it, but I took this business seriously once I saw other people getting in way after me, like making 6 figures. I'm like, wait, what is this? I'm like, this is like a real, I know that person. It's like you started to hang out with these people so much via social media, and then you meet them in your town or whatever, and then you realize it's a real thing. So that's kind of how the whole thing started. I started completely over, though. Once I realized that it was a business that I really wanted to do, I wanted to do it the right way. And I wanted to connect with my team. And the weight that I lost kind of gave me confidence to start teaching. And so I started teaching PIO and Turbo Kick and all those things. And I've met that culture. These people that, taught classes making no money at all whatsoever. I mean, you don't really make a whole lot of money teaching. If you teach fitness, it's because you love it, period. That's it. And I have a lot of people that come to me and they're like, I want to teach. I want, how much money do you make? And I tell them, they're like, wah, wah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's why I coach. They're perfect mesh, but you don't have to be an instructor. So that's when I realized that this is what I wanted to do full time. And I jumped in, I switched teams. You have to quit, and then you have to start all over. And that's what I did. And it's the best decision I ever made, only because I wanted to be with people that I was attracted to. So if you don't know what you're getting yourself into at all, that was the hard part. I just didn't know what it was. So I did. And a lot of people, actually one of the top 10 coaches, she was assigned a coach. She didn't know them. She never got any help from them. So who you're with really doesn't matter. You can be as successful as you want to be. I have coaches on this call right now watching. They could be more successful than me. That's what's great about this business, is they can come in years after I did and make way more money than me. And that's my hope. That's my goal and wish. But even our upline sponsor, Melissa McAllister, she makes more money than like 4 or 5 people that are above her, and they got in earlier, that way earlier, 7, 8 years ago. So don't let any of those things, like what you do outside of coaching, limit you, or when you got in, all those things. So just know that if you're on this call, that you're going to have the support and you're going to feel connected, because we are authentically who we are. And so when we invite people, that helps us attract people that we know we will get along with and work well with, and we just get each other. And that's what I was looking for. But yes, I'm a 6-figure earner in the company since I've restarted. So that's about a little over 2.5 years. And to say that just blows my mind. I like messaged my upline and I was like, I think I hit the 6-figure income. And she's like, own it, girl. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just couldn't believe it, because I can't say you don't do it for the money, because financially things changed. Like, it was a hobby because my husband had a great job, and then he didn't have a great job. So he saw that I was making money in it, and he's like, hey, if you love doing this, could you, really push for it? And I did, because I love it and I pushed for it. So now we're making more money. But, I don't know, it's just different, because whenever I worked outside of Beachbody, when I was a workaholic, it was like just push, 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 and you never got much back. This is so rewarding. Even if I didn't get paid for it, I know I would do it. I know I would, because I did it for 3.5 years without getting really paid for it, and that's what's so great about it, is that the reward is the people that come back and say thank you. And for a long time, I was afraid to share the business opportunity because I didn't understand it. That's what's great about the training, is we're going to help you understand this and gain more confidence. Everyone starts at zero. Actually, every month we start at zero. But, it's an even playing field as long as you have a heart to help other people. And it's not easy, but it's simple. That's what I had to grasp, is that there's going to be a lot of people that tell you no. There's going to be a lot of people that, put what you do down. I had that happen today. And what's great is what I've learned through this business. The haters can come and they can say whatever they want, because what I've learned through this business is more about who I am, through the personal development that I was telling you about earlier, through my own health and fitness journey, and then overcoming so many obstacles along the way. It is a business. It's just like going out and paying $140,000 or whatever it takes to open up a franchise without that debt. There's no overhead like that. And sometimes when you don't invest a lot of money, sometimes we just play with this and we don't really see the full potential that it is. If you do treat this like a business and you put your heart into it, it will pay you like a business, and it will reward you more than any other business can. So.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that, because, you're a real girl, you're a real mom, and it's not always a perfect journey. And you even had to change coaches at one point to get in a place where you could thrive and grow. And that's just a reality. We all have the power to choose. And, that's something that I thought I didn't have as a stay-at-home mom. And that's kind of my story that I'll segue into, is that, the moment that I had that first baby, and I was very young when I had my first baby, I was 19. And the moment that I realized how much I loved him was the moment I felt like I couldn't put him in someone else's arms for me to go work. And I had always wanted to work. And so it shocked me that I felt that way. And I'm not knocking working moms here, because I believe certain women are called to work, and God raises up other people to care for their children for them. My mom was a working mom, and I admire that. And it's not about right or wrong. It's about your heart and what you feel called to. And for me, I felt really torn, because I wanted to provide for my children. I wanted to give them a life of experiences and resources and things. I mean, let's be honest, we love to spoil our kids, right? And yet I knew that more than anything else, I wanted to be with that baby. And so I had to make a choice, and I chose to stay home. And in doing that, I did finish school. I got my master's degree, so I did stay home, but I was in school forever and ever and ever. And in doing that, I felt like, even though I chose that, I felt like I had no choice beyond that. I felt like, okay, you've chosen this role. Your role is stay-at-home mom. You are supposed to focus 100% on your children and your house and your family, and you don't matter anymore. Your job is to be selfless day in and day out, and that's your duty. And I completely lost myself in that. And adding on top of that, my daughter was diagnosed with cancer when she was 4 in 2007. So then I spent the next 3 years pouring into her, trying to care for her. And again, putting myself so far back on the priority list that if someone had asked me what my favorite color was, I probably would have said, well, my daughter's favorite color is pink. I didn't even know. And so to me, there came this moment after my daughter was stable. We got her through all the chemotherapy and the surgeries and the radiation. And I remember in December of 2010, my husband had also been diagnosed with some health issues that year. I went to the doctor because I was so sick. They thought I had mono or the flu or something, and I had to get on the scales. And I weighed more, not pregnant, than I ever had at 9 months pregnant. And I just had this moment where I literally ran into myself. And I had not looked at myself or confronted myself in so long that I didn't even recognize the person that I was. And that number I saw on the scales, it was like a slap in the face. Like, oh my gosh, what has happened? So January of 2011, I made my first choice. And I went to a Zumba class at my church. I started going to a 5 a.m. boot camp at this tiny little gym in my podunk town where I live. And I worked out 6 days a week for 6 months. And I thought I was eating pretty good too. And I only lost 10 pounds. It was heartbreaking. But I didn't give up, and I was always looking for what else can I do. And the person who was teaching the boot camp I was attending later on that in June said, I was struggling to push past a plateau, and I started drinking this shake, and it helped me lose my last 10 pounds. And so I know you're frustrated. Maybe it'll help you. And I started drinking Shakeology in June of 2011, and in about 6 weeks, I lost the same 10 pounds that it had taken me the prior 6 months to lose, and I did nothing else different. That's all I did. So I didn't come into this business wanting to be a coach and help other people. I came into this business because I had to choose to take care of myself, or I was going to literally drown in depression and weight gain and anxiety and just being completely lost. And from that point forward, I just continued to make another choice after another choice to try to find myself again. And in that process of healing and growing and starting to meet amazing people like Janice and the people that God kept bringing into my life that were helping me, but I was also helping them, something started to evolve. And I just kept choosing that. Every day I kept choosing this thing that felt so good because it let me take care of myself. And the funny thing was, by taking care of me, I became a better mom and a better wife and a better friend. So that lie that I had believed that told me that I had to put myself last wasn't even real. And it was stupid. And it led to a really dark place for me. And I had to choose to come out of that. And so now, for me, it's a very spiritual thing. Every single day I get up, and not every day because I'm not perfect, but I try almost every day to get up and I ask God, where is the woman who's where I was? And help me find her. Because I know that the dark place I was in, somebody else intervened to allow me to realize I had a choice. And for me, that's what this business is. It's for me to give you a choice, a way out when you don't see one. And even for those of you whose situations are not like mine, maybe you're doing just fine financially and your marriage is amazing and you don't struggle with depression or anxiety. But I guarantee you there's something where you feel trapped. Maybe you do okay paying your bills, but the idea of being able to take your family on a Disney cruise debt-free and not put a dime of it on a credit card is something you can't even fathom. Well, this is your way to make that happen. So whatever your situation is, there's some place in your life where you feel like you don't have a choice. And to me, what this business is it gives you a choice. It gives you choices with your fitness journey. There are no other workout programs out there that are as effective as the ones Beachbody produces. And they're constantly coming out with new ones based on science and research and testimonials and trial and error. And these genius master trainers like Autumn Calabrese, who designed 21 Day Fix, and Shaun T, who created Insanity and T25, these incredible gifted trainers constantly working with Beachbody to meet your needs. to give you a choice to find your path. Shakeology, the healthiest supplement out there. I drink it because I know I can't eat enough of those healthy, super expensive superfoods to make me function the way I need to prevent the cancer I watched my daughter and my husband battle. I can't do that on my own. I don't have time to order all that and prepare it and make it taste good. It's all in one shake. I drink it. It's amazingly delicious, and I'm done. That's a choice that I can make to take control over my future health, over my energy every day. And so more than anything, more than explaining to you about how we earn, about whether or not this is an icky network marketing thing, over whether or not you're going to be asked to be salesy and gimmicky, which you are not, because I hate that. If I see my coaches posting that stuff, I'm like, take that down. That's not who we are. More than anything, I just want everybody that's on this call tonight or listening to this as a recording to know that you do have a choice. And whatever that still, small, quiet voice in the back of your mind, deep in your heart, is telling you, listen to it. Whether it's, I want to use you for something beyond your current circumstances. You are made for more than just surviving the day. There are people that I want you to reach with the things you've overcome, no matter how small they are. Maybe you had a Diet Coke addiction that took you 2 years to kick, and you're embarrassed to say that, but I guarantee you there's a dozen other women out there dealing with the same thing that need to know how you did it. And that's what a coach is. That's what we do. We take whatever obstacles we've overcome and we share them to give someone else a choice, a way out. And the beautiful thing is we do it together. You're never alone. You'll have all the support and resources and training that you could ever want, and you get to become better in the process. So I can't think of a more beautiful thing. The kind of woman that I'm looking for on my team is someone who's driven. I know Janice is the same way. I'm speaking for her here. I want women that are driven. They are convinced that they're made for more, that they have a passion and a purpose out there. And you may not know quite what it is just yet. You might need some help clarifying that. I want people who have a heart to serve others. I want people who aren't afraid to tell their story and to be bold about it in the name of helping someone else. So if that's you, what we would like to do is add you guys to our teams. If you've heard this tonight and you're like ready to go, you're like, sign me up. I'm ready to go. Then great, get with the coach that invited you, and they can help you get started. Otherwise, if you feel like you need some more information, you want more nuts and bolts, black and white details, and you want to explore this a little further, do your homework, you have the option of joining a 3-day coach open house. We're going to put you in a private group on Facebook. You can ask any question under the sun. And for those 3 days, we're just going to pass on to you some videos, some graphics, some explanations of things that have helped us to understand it better also. So you've got those two choices. You can take those 3 days to think about it, get some more information, or if you're ready to go now, we're more than happy to go over your goals with you and have you come on board. Janice, do you have anything else to add before we wrap up? Let me unmute you. Okay, you're good.
All right. Well, first of all, when my son came in here, it kind of distracted me a little bit too. But, I just wanted to say thank you to Miranda, because she is where I want to bring my team. It's so cool to, I could reach out to top 10 coaches, but, they're not where I am and where I need help. And so I just want to say thank you, Miranda, for taking the time. This is my first live webinar. I've done other coach sneak peek opportunities for my team before, but I want to get better at this.